250 subscribers is definitely a milestone. So I asked you guys what you wanted to see for a celebration video, and you gave me ideas, so I'm gonna do them. So here we go. Your first idea was to combine all my LEGO Minecraft sets into one giant world, so that should be exciting. Here we go. Let's start with the cold side of the world, and our first set is the Taiga Adventure, which is going to go right in front of the Fox Lodge, which will go next to the Frozen Peaks. And as simple as that, the cold side of our world is done. Time to move on to the warm biomes. So for the warm biomes, we only have two sets, the Illager Raid and the Modern Treehouse. So those are just going to go into this little sub-assembly. And boom, done. Onto the temperate biomes, which are going to connect the warm biomes to the cold biomes. Alright, so on this one we start out with the Pig House, which will then connect to the Bee Cottage, which will go next to the Bee Farm, followed by the Creeper Ambush and the Rabbit Ranch. And the Mushroom House will go over here. Now we're going to have two bridges to other areas. Bridging us to the underground stuff will be the Abandoned Mine, and bridging us to the Nether we will have the Ruined Portal. And that is all the temperate biomes, so now time to attach that to the warm and the cold biomes. The warm biomes will connect to the Mushroom House at the back end of the world, and the cold biomes will end up at the front end of the world next to the Abandoned Mine. Now for the underground stuff, we have the Dripstone Cave, that little polybag that is so awesome, it'll go right next to the Abandoned Mine. And I figured the best place to put the Armory set was on the other side of the Nether, so we'll be attaching it here. And there you have it, all my sets, 16 in all, attached into one big world, and I think it looks great. There's a ton of stuff to see here, a ton of stuff to do, and a lot of play functions, and a lot of characters. So I hope you like seeing me put together my world. So this is where I normally do an outro, but that's not the end of this video. So when I asked for ideas on what video to make, I got another comment that said this. And sadly, I do not have the new LEGO Mario sets yet, but I have another idea for a set review, and I don't think it will disappoint. This is Peach's Castle. At the time of its release, it was the biggest Mario set yet. So let's get started. LEGO basically divides this set into 3 sections, and that's how I'm going to be reviewing it. But first we have the characters, starting with Toadette. This is her first appearance since Toad's Treasure Hunt in Wave 1, and not much has changed. Next we have a Bob-omb, and nothing has changed about this minifigure except that he is on a little purple stand that goes into a certain place, which I'll show you later. Next we have a Goomba with the original face print from the Mario Starter Course, which is pretty cool to get here again. Next we have Bowser, who's almost the exact same as the one in the Bowser Castle set from Wave 1, but it's cool to have him again since that set's retired. And finally, my favorite minifigure here, and the one exclusive to this set, Ludwig. He is just so awesome in LEGO form, and it's so cool to get him here. Time to see how LEGO Mario reacts to these enemies. The Goomba, 1 stomp, easy. The Bob-omb, stomp him as many times as possible before he explodes. If you get off before he explodes, you get more coins. Ludwig, just like any Koopaling, 6 stomps. And finally Bowser. Ten stomps. Alright, first up we have the outer area. This area has a bunch of plates with little flowers and trees of all different sizes. We have 2 super tall ones, 2 medium-sized ones, and 2 short ones. It also has this bridge that can fold in like this. And we also have another plate over here and a bunch of connectors, plus this special pipe, which I'll show you in a second. Ludwig can sit on this cloud over here, and Toadette can stand here. Now, most of the Bowser-themed stuff in this set is purple because it reacts to Mario, Luigi, or Peach's bog. So, you basically have to clear away all the bog in this set. So you can push down this bridge, and then talk to Toadette. And you can also knock Ludwig off his cloud. And finally, we have the pipe. This pipe is pretty special because it's the Peach's Castle pipe. And so, it gives Luigi 80 seconds and plays the Peach's Castle music. Time to move on to the outer walls of the castle. So here you see these big doors that can open, and you have some towers on this side and on this side, and basically just some outer walls around this moat. The outside looks great and all, but the fun really is on the inside. Here we have a cake, a fruit bowl, a painting of Bob-omb Battlefield from Mario 64, the Bob-omb, a time block, a clock, and then we have the play functions. So over here on the fruit bowl, Luigi can get the fruit that they started introducing in Wave 5. Then there's this cake, which looks pretty harmless at first, but turns out there's a Goomba in there. And there's also an action tile here, which gives Luigi this cake, which he can then give to Toadette. Then we have the time block over here, which would give Luigi 30 extra seconds in the level. And finally, we have the Bob-omb section. Now, I showed you earlier that normally, when you stomp a Bob-omb once, it starts going off, and you have to stomp it as many times as you can before it explodes. But knock this painting off, and you'll find that there's an action tile beneath. If you hit the action tile, then you immediately one-shot the Bob-omb and get a bunch of coins for it. And apart from the decorations of the interior, this is basically done. Time to move on to the best part, the inner castle. This throne room looks super awesome, and there's a balcony on top with that stained glass portrait of Peach. But it's hiding something, which is possibly the coolest play feature in this entire set, because it really wouldn't be Peach's Castle without an epic boss fight. But where's the boss? It looks pretty peaceful, right? Well, if you stand Luigi here, then pull him back, and all of a sudden, here's Bowser and all that bog I told you about earlier, and it's time for a big boss fight. So, how do you defeat Bowser? Well, let me tell you, this is a lot better of a play function than the one in Bowser's Castle, because it takes a lot less time and it's just cooler. So, you come up here and there's two of these. Press down on one of them, and Bowser should fall forward because this chain here, using rubber bands, pulls taut and Bowser gets caught by a shell and falls over. And now it's time to fix that throne room, so there we go. And now you sit on the throne and get a bunch of coins. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you again so much for getting us this far, and let's hope the road to 500 is just as good. See you next time.